Okay, so for question 18, we're going to show this equation has a root between this interval -2 and 0. Hence, use Newton-Raphson method, find the roots correct to 4 decimal place. Okay, so this is our combination topic 3.1 and 3.2. So first we show first. So before we show our equation, we have to get to our function first. We have to get to the function. So our function is equals to -4x squared plus 5x plus 7. So since it's already equals to 0, means we can take it as function. Then we're going to substitute the interval that they ask us to find, which is -2. So make sure you write the step clearly. Show us what are you substitute in. Okay, so if you like, this part of pressing calculator also we can use equation. Okay, so -4 alpha x square, we can press in the equation, then we use the function of calculate. Alpha x, then plus 7. Then we can use calculate. The first value we need to try is -2 equal. This is -19, negative. Then we try f0. Okay, so we don't need to press again, we just calculate 0. So that is another way for us to press calculator. So this is positive. So one negative, one positive. Obviously, there has a roots between the value -2 and 0. So we write the conclusion out. Since f -2 less than 0, f0 more than 0 has opposite sign that exists at least a root. So on the interval, you can follow the questions here. You can follow the question on the interval. So conclusion, you must do it up. -2, 0. Okay. Then, so finish. We already show it. Finish. Then we're going to use our Newton-Raphson method. So what makes this question different from the previous is we notice that we don't have any initial value. We don't know what is the x value we start from. That is not given. So when it's not given, we're going to referring what have we already proved here. We know that there is a roots between -1 and -2 and 0. So we can start, we can get our initial value by the proving statement that we can see. So we know that is a roots, means our x is in between -2 and 0. So for Newton-Raphson method, we can start with our initial value. Okay, initial value, whether you want to start with the label x0 or x1 also can. Initial value, I can guess I take in between. Alright, I take in between -2, 0. So I just assume at between -1. So that easier we want to get the roots. Okay, so for using Newton-Raphson method, we need a differential equation. So we need to differentiate our function, differential function here. So differentiate this one, power turun depan, power tolak 1, differentiate 5x, dapat 5, differentiate 7, dapat 0. So maka kita punya Newton-Raphson method Sn tambah 1 adalah Sn tolak function. Function kita 4x, -4x square plus 5x plus 7 over differential function -8x plus 5. So with the initial value x1 equals to -1, how we get x2 means we're going to substitute our -1 inside the function. So we have to write it clearly. What's the value that we are substitute? Okay, so you can refer the function that I already write, that will be easier. Okay, then our next step is going to find out the answer. Okay, so before I want to find out the answer, I need to plug in the formula alpha x. Okay, you can plug in the formula here, alpha x minus fraction. Up here is function, which is 4 negative 4 alpha x squared. Then plus 5 alpha x, and then plus 7 over differential function negative 8 alpha x plus 5. Then we press calculate. Alright, here calculate the value of x that we start here. Initial is negative 1 equal. So we do one fraction, yeah. Okay, numerator method is talking about decimal, how we play around with the decimal. Okay, so we don't put the answer in fraction. So this one, change it to decimal. Negative 8, 0.84. How long the decimal we want to take here? They say 4 decimal. So 4 decimal I can plus. Either plus 1 or plus 2, yeah. Okay, so normally we use plus 1 or plus 2. So this one I also can accept plus 2, plus 1. So 6, 1, 5. Negative 0.84615. So this one I take one more decimal. Okay, so final answer 4 decimal. In the calculation, extra 1 or 2. Then x3, when you want to repeat, we have to rewrite again our formula. So this time we can write it in short way. Just represent fx at prime x. But if you write in full also, what is the value are also accepted. So calculate negative 0.84615. Okay, then the next x, just calculation only. Calculate and we record the answer. 83811 negative 0.838087009. Okay, we are closer already. You can see, you can feel the answer is closer already. So one more time, calculate negative 0.83809 equal. So negative 0.8380887. 7 need to round off because become 9. So you can see 7, you can round off become 9. So once repeated, you need to stop your calculation. Okay, you cannot give more. Okay, if you cannot give more than that. So from here, our final answer will be x equals to, what is the final answer rounding off? 4 decimal. Okay, so this is the 4 decimal request by the questions. Okay, so what we need to see here is how to score this 7 marks. So of course, so this one is substituting, and then the answer we getting your 1 marks for your answer. Then differential equation. Okay, then initial value, because this initial value is not given, so when you state your initial value, let us know what is your starting value correctly. Okay, we can accept any value in between negative 2 and 0. If you put us negative 3, then everything is wrong. Okay, so if you want to put negative 1.5, can or not? Can. So your calculation here, how many steps will be different from the answer that I give here. Okay, if you want to calculate, if I want to put negative 0.5 can or not? So can. So your working will be different. Your answer will be different. But final answer, once you repeat, it should be same. Okay. So once you repeat, okay, so this is a concept of repeat, then we see your answer. And you round off according to the questions. So 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in calculation, you bear in mind, you have to extra 1 or 2, but you cannot extra too much. Okay, when you extra too much of decimal, it is hard to get repeated answer. Then you counting non-stop. So you don't have stop. You cannot stop your answer. Then it will be problem for you to finding the final answer already. So that's why in our calculation, normally we will extra more 1 or 2 from the decimal that the question asks us to find. Okay, so when or if you don't know how to stop, also you will deduct your marks here. 1, 2, 3 here. We consider you do know how to use your calculator. Okay, so that will be our 18A. Yes. Okay, so we can see here, this one just a labeling. If I start with x1, you can start with x0 lah. But we can see 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. If you start 0, x0, x1, x2, x3, x4. So our calculation still have how many round here? 1 round, 2 round, 3 round, 4 round. So 4 round of calculation. So you also will see 4 round of calculation. Maybe labeling is different, so it doesn't matter. But if the question already give us X note, then we have to follow. If question doesn't, then it's up to our writing X note or X1. Okay, so we are going to check our answer whether we have that confidence. So we are going to type back. So this negative 4 alpha x squared then plus 5 alpha x. You want to get your confidence of solving, right? So alpha equals 0. Let's shift solve it. Okay, solve it. So solve it, you get your x. You get your roots. This is your roots. Is it? Yes. So yes, this is correct. So this is how you get your confidence when you're answering.